Thank you, Ayo. First, let me clarify. I am not speaking here as an ADC member. In fact, about 2 weeks ago, out of frustration, I announced suspension of my membership. Because, look, we are faced with a serious challenge. Partisan affiliation will not get us out of this mess that we are facing now. I am ready to retain my membership of ADC on the basis of ensuring that we bring all leaders of ADC back to the negotiation. ADC is not, Nigeria is bigger than ADC. So I want to clarify that. I'm not speaking as ADC. And I believe if we are to move forward and present new template in the 2027 election that will give confidence to Nigerians, it's not about ADC or NDC or any other party, but people must agree to come and negotiate terms on the basis of which, if it is the ADC candidate that will be adopted, there will be objective criteria that will convince everybody that is the right way to go. If it is NDC, there has to be objective criteria. Look, we have, when we started the advocacy for the coalition and for the unity of opposition leaders, the expectation was that the political leadership in the opposition are rational people. They will be able to see the need and the danger before the country. But that is now subsumed in their personal ambition. And honestly, coming to your second question, this is part of the frustration. If you remember, as ADC, there was a 50-member committee, which I was privileged to serve as the secretary. And we did a very good work. And I am aware that there are so many discussions around the need to get that policy even unveiled. But if it's taken us this long after concluding the work, we have produced candidates. And the candidates are still conducting themselves the same old way. The question of we can unveil, we can come and make declarative statement about policy commitment. The extent to which we can get our candidates, and when they get elected, accountable and regulated in such a way that they conduct themselves to implement those policies, what is contained in the manifesto, is already weak. So, for me, you are right, very much right. Are you part of and which is why, is it yesterday or, yeah, I think it was yesterday, I had to cry out that Nigerians are confronted with the choice between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yes, President Asuwaju and APC have, for all intent and purposes, you can say have messed up, But the confidence with which we can look at ourselves and say our leaders are better is also weak. So we need to challenge ourselves. Look, we are faced with a very, very big challenge now. If 2027 is going to produce the kind of result that will begin to pull this country out of the mess we are in today, we need a new round of negotiation. Part of the arrogance and the audacity of APC leaders and President Asuwaju is also the weakness of the opposition, which is why, although things are made, they keep saying, Asuwaju, the government is achieving a lot when there is nothing to show, Look, I must confess, I am full of frustration, full of anger, but we need to collect ourselves back together and begin to think of a pathway. And sincerely, we're doing consultation, and within the next 1 week, we should be able to come out and say, this is how we are proceeding.
Mr. Saliu Lukman.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bati. But let me be very, very honest with you. As a Nigerian, I'm not excited by all this development, because if you recall, as an advocate of the coalition and the unity of the opposition leaders, when we started about 2 years ago, the objective were basically two: to get the opposition leaders united and to also factor the need to build a party that can hold elected leaders accountable. As it is today, I think no matter what comes out of the judicial process, We can have a party that can contest the election, but I see us going back to 2023, repeating almost the same things that happened in 2023 and expect miracle to happen. As a Nigerian, and I'm sure I will be speaking the mind of many of you and many Nigerians, we are all troubled by the fact that here we are boxed with an APC government and a leadership, elected leadership, that is hardly accountable. And by the day, by the hour, things keep getting worse. The hope and expectation is that election will produce competition on the basis of which better new leadership can emerge. So far as a nation, it seems we are not approaching that at all. And the 2027 election, we may end up mismanaging ourselves as an opposition. And I am speaking very consciously with due respect to all our leadership in the opposition. And so far, and I will concede it to all of you, I appeared in this program several times, and all the time you keep raising the issue of how are we going to manage to reconcile the personal ambition of individual leaders in the opposition. And that appeared to be the key issue. We must pose a question. Is the personal ambition of leaders in the opposition far more important than the destiny of the country, rescuing the country? Are the opposition leaders unable to approach this challenge with the need to make personal sacrifices in such a way that they can be united and we can confront this election? Look, as a person, I don't have any restraint. I want APC and President Asuwaju defeated out of government in 2027. But the way we are going about it, I'm frustrated. I must be honest. And I think now, and that is why, look, we have commenced consultation with many like mine, both within the party, within the opposition, to now come up with an independent, because we have to challenge the opposition leadership. It's either they are united or they don't want the time of Nigerians. I mean, all this judicial process, part of the difficulty in even managing them is because the opposition is not united. The same way we contested, opposition contested the 2023 election, they want to contest the 2027 election and get different result. I mean, look, let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not deceive Nigerians. And I'm here to say that many of us, as politicians, patriotic Nigerians, we are committed to start a new run of engagement with the aim of forcing the opposition leadership to come back to the negotiation table and negotiate a deal that is not about their personal ambition. This country is bigger than all of them, and we must move forward.